Welcome back to Own the Shift. I'm your host, Mel Mosier. We have spent the last 3 episodes talking about seeing your situation clearly, healing the hurt, and holding the vision. Now we are stepping into the part most people are not prepared for. It's integrating your new identity. Because when you are in this shift, you are not who you were before. You have changed. You even see yourself differently now. And the questions become, what do I do with this version of me? What integration really means is it's not about pretending the old you never existed. It is about allowing the new version of you to take the lead. It is aligning your habits, your relationships, your choices, and your environment with the person you have now become. Think of a phone update. You did the download. Now you need to install it. If you do not, the system runs slow, freezes, or reverts back to old settings. The same is true with your identity. If you do not integrate the new version of yourself into your daily life, you will slip back into the old patterns. It's because what you know, it's how you know to work. The science of identity change is pretty cool. So here's it is. Your brain loves patterns. It loves efficiency. It defaults into what is familiar, even if it knows it's unhealthy. When you change, you are literally rewiring neural pathways. Every new habit, every aligned choice strengthens the pathway for the new you. Every time you go back to an old habit, you strengthen the old pathway. What you give more attention to is what's going to have that attention. This is why integration takes intention. It's not just a mindset, it's biology. Neuroplasticity means your brain can adapt at any age, but you have to give it consistent input so that the new patterns stick. There was a time when I basically lived between 2 identities. It was the time I had done the healing work and I was holding the vision and people saw me as strong and put together. But in my private life, I was still living like the old me, still saying yes to things that drained me, still entertaining relationships that kept me small. It was like having 1 foot in my old life and 1 foot in the new that I wanted. I wanted it so badly, but I wasn't quite ready to let go of that old life. And I realized I had not truly integrated my new identity. I was showing up as the new me in certain places and spaces, but defaulting in the old me in others. So what did I do with that? When I finally decided that this was who I am now and backed it with my actions and conversations and boundaries, that is when life started to match the identity I had worked for or was working for. I start feeling like I was this new chick on town, like I was living it and I wanted more of it. It became the new challenge. So we talk about challenges, right? What is the challenge of integration? One of the hardest parts of integrating is other people. Some will celebrate the new you. Some will resist it. And some will try to pull you back into old patterns because it is more comfortable for them. Another challenge is your own discomfort. New identities come with unfamiliar habits. It seems so awkward at first. That's normal. Just like you start a diet and you're eating new foods and you're not loving them at first, but then as you keep going, you're like, oh, I can make things in this new recipe a little bit better. You got to work towards it. It just doesn't happen. If you keep going back to the same unfamiliar habits or the same people because they want you there, it's because they don't want to grow and they love that you aren't growing either. But when they start to see you grow, it makes them uncomfortable and they only have 2 choices: grow with you or leave. And that's okay. That's normal. It's all normal when you're changing who you are. You have to push through that awkwardness until it becomes your new normal. It is so awkward. You feel foreign and that's okay. So how do we do this? How do we integrate our new identities, right? What are some steps we need to do here? And I find that the best part, right? So number 1, you need to define it clearly. Write down who you are now, what you value, what you no longer tolerate. Number 2, audit your environment. Does your space your calendar, your circle reflect your new identity? If not, you have to make those changes. Number 3, practice it daily. Small actions add up. If the new you values peace, make decisions that protect it. If the new you values health, choose what supports it. You hear this before. I'm not the first one. But if you're trying to change your habits, they always tell you you've got to do one small thing. It's not go do 50 push-ups. It's do one every day consistently, and you'll begin to notify and see changes. You have to start small to get to the bigger part of it. But if you won't start small and you hope for the big, it will never happen. You will self-sabotage. Number 4, speak it out loud. Own it in conversation. Do not minimize it to make others feel uncomfortable. It's okay to say, I'm changing the old me. Either like it or leave, and see what happens. Grab your journal or your notes app or whatever's handy, because here we go for some questions. Who is the new you? Write it in detail. How you think, how you carry yourself, how you make decisions. Who are you now? What old habits or relationships do not fit this new identity? List them honestly. Again, back to one small change you can make this week to live fully as this version of you. Integration is not a one-time event. It is a daily choice to show up as who you are becoming. So tag me on Instagram and Own the Shift and share one way you are living out your new identity this week. Special thanks to Catwalk Media Group for bringing this podcast to life and for believing in the power of these stories and conversations. If you have a story to tell, reach out to them. Disclaimer, again, I'm not a therapist. This is a podcast. It's rooted on real experience and personal growth. But if you do need professional care, if you need more support, reach out to a licensed counselor or mental health professional. You deserve that level of care, and you do not have to do this alone.